welcome to the Playboy Mansion.
Hey guys, welcome to Playboy's Tarot. Today we'll be doing another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be about, for the person that's thinking about you, what they would say to you if they could. So we have 4 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So if you need a minute to pick a pile you feel the most drawn to, feel free to pause the video right here, but we're going to jump right in with group 1. Okay, hey group 1, so let's see what this person would say to you if they could. So we have the 5 of Wands, the Hermit in the reverse, the Judgment card in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. Inner power, choice, shadow self, fair male, pay attention to the red flags, it's up to you, reconsider, woman holding a heart, release, and caring connections. So I'm definitely getting that this could be someone who you are potentially in isolation from, or you guys aren't fully together, or there was a period of separation between the both of you. There's some sort of rift that you guys may have had, or you guys may have had a fallout, or there's been, multiple fallouts between you and this individual, especially with release being here in the Hermit. This is someone who wants to come out of isolation. They want to come back out of this place of, and this period of where you guys weren't in contact or in communication, and they want to rush in and say something to you. But I feel like they have to make a choice here. What they would say to you if they could is that they're really conflicted over the situation, or, they felt like there was a lot of discord between you and them. And I feel like they would like to say that it's up to you to, to accept this connection so that it can come back together. I feel like what they would say to you if they could is that they're afraid of your judgment. So they've been kind of avoiding you and avoiding the situation, even though they want to come back out of isolation, because they fear that if they do come back in, they're going to be faced with a sword, that they're going to be cut out, or, they're afraid that you're not going to accept them back in due to what has transpired between you and them in the past. Now, if they were to be completely honest with you, they would tell you to pay attention to the red flags, because they know themselves that they come with a lot of issues, that they've been very wishy-washy up and down, and that their intentions aren't always, the most honest and pure. They really do want you to reconsider and rethink your decision if you have decided to cut them out, or, they want you to look over the situation again. They want a second chance, I'm kind of getting, if this is someone who you've fallen out with. And I feel like this is someone, if they were to say what they truly felt to you, with shadow self being here, they feel as though like you make them face a part of themselves that they don't truly like. You bring something up to the surface to them that's kind of agitating to them. Like there's a slight irritation in the energy between you and them, because between you and this person, you both kind of reflect what each other is kind of avoiding in the other, and they have been trying to be indecisive and not completely honest with the situation, and that's where the conflict between you and this person stem from. But if they were to be 100 with you, and what they would say to you is that they still care about you, and that they still care about this connection, and they want to make things right. They just don't really know how to go about it. I feel like they've been really conflicted over the situation, but they're trying to look towards their inner strength and their inner power to muster up the courage to make you some sort of offer. I feel like they definitely do want to connect with you again. They want to make things right, but there is some warning signs when it comes to this individual. They still come with that conflict, period. And I feel like I'm kind of getting that they do know that it may be in your best interest to kind of release them, with the release card being here, and pay attention to the red flags. And, the 44 on this card is also, popping out to me, because it says the signs are cautioning you. So I feel like you've gotten a lot of signs about this individual, that you're either supposed to release them, or there's something that about this person that isn't all the way 100 or all the way right, and they know that, and they would tell you that if they were 100, if you could peer into their mind and hear their thoughts, that they haven't been 100% with you, and that you were right to release them, or, you and them being out of contact was for the best, because they weren't ready to express themselves or come forward in the best way possible. They weren't ready to make you a complete offer, and they had to, really find the courage and go within themselves and do some soul searching and make a choice, especially if they had you, competing with a lot of different people. And there was just too much drama, too much conflict going on, or they were just doing too much. In a sense, they knew that they had to release some things and cut some things out and do some growth and kind of transform a little bit before they were able to come at you in the best way possible. So if they do end up coming out of isolation to communicate and speak with you, inside they want you to know that you need to be cautious of them. You need to hold them accountable, and I wouldn't just let them run back into you open arms, but they do feel as though it's up to you for you to reconsider and decide to accept or to extend an offer to them or to let them go. They feel as though the ball is in your court, and you hearing that maybe like that's absurd for some of you, or some of you guys already know that the ball is in your court, that you're the one that pushed them toward, the doghouse or wherever, but they still feel as though that if they were to come back into your life, it would be on your terms, and they're waiting on your sign, your signal, to see if they can come back into your space. Now, I'm kind of also getting that, they realize that they could have been kind of toxic towards you in a sense, and, that they kind of were conjuring up a little drama between you and them on purpose, and that they were initiating a lot of issues as a way to, avoid making some sort of decision, avoid making some sort of choice, because they were, for whatever reason, wanting to be standoffish or not coming forward completely and immersing themselves in the connection between you and them. And now that they realize that it only, pushed them towards the outwards, and that they weren't being able to come together with you, they know that they have to be honest with you. They know that they have to tell you some sort of truth. Now, this person could be a fair male, or, they may not even be male, but it could just be someone who's of lighter complexion to you, or you could be lighter than this person. Maybe they have light eyes, or there's something distinctive about their eyes. They may have light hair, or something like that, where there's just a physical differentiation in you and them's complexion, in a sense, if you were to kind of differentiate who this person that's thinking about you is. They want you to know that they thought about the situation a lot. And that they've thought about it in so many different angles, and they know that they came up wrong. They know that they did you wrong, and they know that they may have been trying to subdue your inner power, in a sense, to kind of keep you from making a judgment, to release them as well. For those of you who you're dealing with this person, and this could be someone who you were in a relationship with, or you were in a brief connection with, whatever it is, they may have been trying to keep you from finding out some sort of truth. Here is what I'm getting, that would kind of lead you to getting to that strength to see the red flags that this person is. Maybe they didn't want you to make a choice about them because they know, for whatever reason, that there's something you hold, some sort of power you hold, that they don't want you to see. So they've just been kind of blindsiding you, in a sense. For some of you, I just got that here as well, that they didn't want you to make some sort of judgment. They didn't want you to, have that revitalization and have that phoenix like moment in yourself and release them if you were to truly see them for what they were. So they just caused a lot of drama in a situation, and they put up this kind of smoke and mirrors between you and them, but they do know that you're going to be able to come to this conclusion soon, because the signs are cautioning you. The universe is kind of communicating with you, trying to bring to your attention those signs. So if you are seeing these reoccurring sequences, make sure you're taking note of what you're thinking about, what's crossing your mind when you have saw that, because I feel like you're going to be able to kind of put the story together as to what, you're supposed to know in terms of this individual that's thinking about you. So yeah, number one, that's kind of what I'm getting. I hope I articulated that in the best way possible. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, number two. So let's see what the person that's thinking about you guys would like to say to you if they could. All right, so when I pulled you guys cards, it was very interesting because I got a very different energy than, some of the other decks. When I was doing this reading, when I was thinking about it, I was obviously thinking about more so like a physical person. And I mean, it still could be here, but I'm kind of just getting that this is more of an entity or an energy that's surrounding you guys that's kind of wanting to convey a message to you. So I'm going to just tell you the cards and then I'll just get into the message here as well. So we have the World Tree reverse, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, in the near future, teach, strength, big happy changes, storm warning, attachment, awakening your true self, hostilities, ancestors, brunette females, and recovery here on the side. So with you guys, I'm kind of getting that there may be someone who may have passed on, or, and it doesn't have to be recently. It could be a long time ago. Maybe someone who you've had a connection to, that may have passed on before, that, just kind of watches out for you and looks over you. Or even if you don't, really know who that would be, there may be an ancestor that is kind of just looking over you and is really connecting with you guys right now, or trying to connect with you, and would like to let you know that, there's going to be some sort of big major shift that's going to take place in your life. And you need to be, ready, strengthen yourself, and brace yourself for the changes. Now, I feel like, okay, that sounded really dramatic, and I wasn't trying to be, but with the World Tree being in the reverse, I'm kind of getting that there's been some phase in your life that you haven't really completed, and it just has been some sort of cycle that has been going on. And, you're about to finish that phase. You're about to close out this phase and finally get to a place where you can be completely content and happy. But there was a lesson that you guys have had to overcome, that the universe has been trying to teach you, in a sense, to kind of awaken your soul in a way to transform you into something completely different. But there's been some resistance on your part. You've been trying to juggle two things at once, but you have storm warning coming. And in this card, it does look like a storm is kind of brewing in the background. I feel like something is in the works for you guys and it's shifting. And you've been trying to hold on to your reality or whatever, things that you've been used to currently. But, something is brewing for you guys, and you're going to have to let go of whatever it is that you've been attached to, and it's falsely attached to. Especially with hostilities being here. Yeah, you've been kind of going against the grain of what your soul is trying to push you towards. And I feel like you've been kind of on a merry-go-round, and maybe things haven't been, for some of you guys, the best here, but you're this person or whoever this is that's, trying to communicate with you guys, wants you to know that, things are going to get better. You're finally going to see this shift, these big happy changes, because I feel like someone is working in your favor to kind of move some things around for you guys to finally get things going here and to connect you to the right path. Now, so we have in the near future. So these things are going to unfold and transpire in the near future, but you're going to have to release some things. Some things need to be let go of. And you can't fight against this awakening or this change that you guys are going through anymore. It's kind of getting harder and harder for the same old thing for you guys to continue working. Now, another thing here, there may be some issues between you and someone in your life. You may have had some problems with them before, and it may have been a long time coming between you and said person, where it was kind of very up in the air, where things were left between you and said individual. And I'm kind of getting that there was a bit of hostilities, but there's been, some time between you and this person where, there was some space, but there may have been an unhealthy attachment attachment between you and said individual. And the universe wants you to know, or this person wants you to know, that there's going to be some healing and some recovery that's taking place between you and this person. Because we have healing family issues. So for some of you guys, it could be a family member, but if not, it could be someone who you were in a committed relationship with. It could be a mother figure here as well. Or just with brunette female is what I'm looking at, or whatever it is, whatever person you and this person has had some strife with, they really have been feeling the impact of the way things were left between you and them. And they want to get out of this hostile energy between you and them. Somebody definitely wants to come out of conflict with you if you and this person, kind of bumped heads or, weren't able to connect. And the reason why you guys went through this issue, it was because there was a greater lesson to learn. And I feel like this person or, your ancestors want you guys to mend some fences with somebody here, or is mending fences between you and someone so that you guys can tap into those blessings. You guys are going to end up to be able to be stable and happy and content and emotionally fulfilled, after, you complete whatever this situation is that you've been juggling here as well. And if you've been feeling like you've been on the hamster wheel in a sense in your life, and you've just been kind of, doing the same thing, and, feeling like feeling like you were kind of stuck to something, and, wanting to get away from that energy, it's finally time, or those changes are finally going to be, put into place for you guys. There's just some phases. You're about to graduate from one level to another, but you're gonna have to face some decisions head on, and you're gonna have to be really strong and brave and courageous, and really just take a step forward and just do whatever it is that you know that you need to do, whatever steps that you need to take to get there. You got to take them. But, there's definitely somebody that's trying to heal some things in your life, and it's really, going to blossom and enlighten and light up some areas of your life that have been kind of dim for a really long time. Definitely there's some recovery that's going to be taking place, or somebody definitely wants to recover things with you. They're ready for things to get better. They want some big happy changes. They want some improvement. Or, this person, this ancestor or a spirit guide even, that is, connecting with you and working with you and trying to assist you. And maybe if you don't believe in ancestral connections, it's just like an angel or something like that. It's a very benevolent energy here that is trying to connect you to some healing, wanting to rework some things that weren't working for you guys in your life here in the near future. And I feel like it's going to be a really big deal with storm warning here as well. Because normally I would say with storm warning that, we should raise an eyebrow, but we have big happy changes here, and, just some positive cards, and especially with awakening your true self. You guys are about to be going through some major shift here, and it's going to shake up some stuff, and you're going to want to hold on to what is your normal, what is your usual. But, what you guys are about to step into is going to make you guys really strong. And you're going to be much more confident and courageous than you ever been before. Some of you guys are going to be mending fences with your family, especially if you've had some really toxic issues with you and a family member. You could have someone significant to you that may be a brunette female. You could be a brunette female yourself, or they may be darker in complexion to you, have darker features like darker hair, darker eyes, whatever it is. That is going to be an important factor. Or you may have an ancestor that has that phenotype that you may want to look into. Or, it could just be yourself, your energy coming through, especially if you have darker features yourself here as well. But especially if you have issues with someone, they're kind of pulling strings for you to make amends, or this person may be wanting to make amends with you. And in you guys doing that, it's going to really heal and clear out, whatever blockages. Because, when you were kind of in strife with somebody, it can sometimes, be a roadblock towards your blessings. Especially, I feel like someone may have been up in air are up in arms about what has happened between you and them, and it's been really weighing on them, and they've been teetering the fence on whether or not they should make things right with you. And I feel like this person definitely wants to shift things around, and in them doing that, they want to get out of this hostile energy, and in them doing that, they can be able to get to that place where they're content and they can have peace and be stable and be happy. But I'm mostly getting that it's definitely some sort of spirit guide that is working with you guys to bring you guys some really positive changes here that you've been really wanting for a long time. But you're going to have to let go of what's not serving you, or let go to attachments of what the outcome of a situation is going to be. Having fear of how something's going to play out, or, fearing that some storm is coming in for you guys, thinking the worst, and just truly blindly trust and have faith and put yourself out there and allow your true self to come through and go through that awakening that, has been calling to you. Don't fight against yourself. Don't fight against these changes that you're going through. Don't go against the tide. Just, really just ride the wave of life. And in you riding the wave, things are definitely going to fall into perfect place and alignment to your highest good. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys, group 2. Thank you so much for watching this reading, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 3, so let's see what the person who is thinking about you would say to you if they could. So we have the 2 of Cups reverse, the 8 of Swords reverse, the Death card, the Ace of Pentacles, Shine, Daydreams and Decisions, Let Go, Dreams, Visualization, the Temple Path, the Sun, Meditation brings answers, separation, hope, communication, mature woman, awaiting results. All right. So with you guys, this is definitely someone I feel like you guys are in separation with. You guys aren't in union right now. You guys aren't connected right now. Or there was some sort of disconnection between you and this person, where you guys went your separate ways. Things came to an end between you and this individual before. But I really, really feel like this person would want to tell you, if they were to be completely honest, that they cannot get you off their mind. You are haunting their dreams. You are haunting their daydreams. You're haunting their thoughts. And at one point, they felt really trapped and stuck for whatever reason, and that they were holding themselves back. But they're trying to release themselves because they've gone through some sort of change and some sort of transformation. And they're kind of waiting for a sign or signal that they can communicate with you. They definitely want to speak with you. They want to message you somehow, some way. Or they've been, trying to send you telepathic message, maybe not like knowingly, because I don't really feel like someone's going to be like, hey, I'm sitting there with their hand to their brain, like I am going to send number 3's this message right here, right now. But I feel like they've been really, thinking about reaching out to you and imagining what it would be like if they were to, or how you would react. Now this could be someone who has gotten out of a relationship recently, here as well, and they feel as though that they're free now to come towards you and make you some sort of offer, or that they can have a new beginning with you now because they just got out of a situation that they could have just went through a separation between someone. Now with mature woman coming out here, they may be seeing you as this mature person, who's evolved a lot, and you've grown a lot, and gone through so many changes, and that you're shining, and that you look prosperous and shiny and glamorous, or that you are in a much more stable, suitable place, especially with the Sun here too. They see you in a really positive light now, and that you've gone through a lot of different changes and a lot of growth here, and that you're much more mature and a much better place than where you were when you guys may have disconnected, or when you guys were together here as well. Now some mature woman could be involved here as well. This could be a mature woman if this is not, romantic, where you and some person, some female may have fallen out, and they've been seeing you in their dreams, and they may be wanting to make things right with you. So it could be a friend, or if you're interested in a mature woman, this could be her, or doesn't have to be a mature woman either. It could just represent maturity here as well, just to put that out there. But I'm kind of just getting, that they've been getting a lot of premonitions and a lot of messages about you in their dreams. And I feel like they've been really reflecting and they've thought about the situation a lot. And in their reflections, they keep coming to the same conclusion about you, that they want to make you some sort of offer. Now, with Temple Path coming out in the reverse, I feel like this person and you may have gone in different directions at one point. Like at one point, you guys are, what they would say is that you guys were just kind of going in opposite directions, that you and them weren't going down the same path. You guys were being called in different directions, and they had to, release themselves and let things end with you to kind of reach some sort of different point in their space. Or they know that you had to go out and they had to let you go, find yourself, or they had to find themselves in a way. There was some sort of soul searching that had to happen here. There was a reason why they were holding themselves back and keeping themselves stuck, or that you were doing that. But they kind of just got in my mind that they waited for you, or that they're waiting for you. They're waiting to see where things go. Even though, you guys and them are separated, they still have hope in the situation. They still haven't lost all faith, but they know that they had to let you go for you to shine. Oh God, wow. They may have felt at one point that they were standing in your way, and I feel like they're watching you kind of move on in a sense. Or they're watching you let go, or even though they've let you go, and that you guys aren't in connection right now, they still keep an eye out for you, and they still are kind of hoping for the best for you. I don't feel like this person has ill intentions for you, even if the situation between you and them kind of went sour, or they just acted weird out of nowhere, or they just wouldn't let you guys come together, or whatever reason you guys separated. I feel like now in their realizations, or whatever realizations that they're going through, whatever's being shown to them through the universe, they know that they want the best for you, and they want to see you do well, and they know that you guys weren't going down the same path at the moment, and they may have felt like they were holding you back at one point, but they still think about you, and they still wonder how you're doing. They still wonder what they still think about you, or they visualize what, things would be like with you. Someone also may be looking over you. But, I feel like they let you go with the hope that, if this is going to be something that, ends up being something that you guys will come back around to each other eventually. But I feel like they definitely want to communicate with you. And they want to speak with you again, but they're waiting for the right time. And they know that they have to make a decision. They have to make some sort of choice here as well. They're looking for answers in a sense as what's the right thing to do. Like, should they just leave you alone, especially if they kind of acted in a way where it was very weird, and or things ended between you and this person very weird, and it'd be weird for them if they were to just come back in and express how they feel to you. So they're, kind of reflecting and thinking about what it would be like, or, what is the right move to make? What should they do here as well? This could be a Scorpio, an earth sign, or a water sign, maybe even an air sign, but they definitely want to make things right, but at the right time. But I feel like they're just letting you have your space right now. And, this may sound absurd to hear from this angle, but that's just kind of where they are. But I feel like they have been seeing you in their dreams. They've been thinking about you a whole lot, and they would really like to communicate with you. But they are just wondering if there's any hope left in the situation. So, number 3, is this what I have for what this person would say to you if they could, or what they're thinking. I hope you liked this reading and found it insightful. I hope to catch you in the next one, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, hey group number 4. So let's see what the person who's thinking of you would say to you if they could. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, the Queen of Wands, the Lady and the Lord, which is the Lovers, the Moon, Darkest Fears, Moving On, Trust, Improving Health, Helpless and Hopeless, Adventure, This Could Be the One, True Gem, Transition, Magician, and the Mirror. Happy Family. Okay, so like group number 2, I kind of got that this was more so like a spirit guide or a higher level being that was kind of communicating this message to you guys. Like number 1 and number 3, I was more so getting, this is like a particular person that is, they're thinking about you. But with this group, I feel like they're kind of being the messenger between you and said person. Now, I'm also getting that there is someone thinking of you here, direct, but I'm just going to try and convey the message to the best of my ability, and hopefully, you guys can take something away from it. But I'm kind of just getting that you may have hit a point where you've been feeling a little discontent with how things have been going, and there may have been this energy where there's not a lot clear in a situation. And I don't know if there was someone that had recently transitioned over, or someone that you were really connected to that has transitioned over to the other side of what life and death is here, that may be communicating with you and wanting you to know that the situation that you've been going through, especially if you've been having a lot of anxiety about, life and what's your next move gonna be, and if things have been feeling kind of stuck and it's just been the same old thing, or you always hit the same point, like you gain this momentum to move forward and then you run into a wall, kind of like a maze type of thing. And especially in a love situation too, that this energy has been getting with going on with, they want you to know that things are getting better and that things are going to shift, and that you need to trust the process. So with this card, it's kind of like you are being told that you have everything you need to create whatever reality it is that you want. And I feel like you guys are about to embark on something new and something major here, because you have the creativity and the direction. You already know what you need to do internally. And Spirit is with you to give you that clarity of thought of what you need to know and to give you those messages. And in this deck, the Mirror represents, at least what they wrote, that the Mirror represents, how the outside world is going to respond to how you take hold of your power or don't take hold of your power. So there's definitely power in your own hands for you guys to kind of manifest and create a situation that you guys want for yourselves. You're just going to have to, take hold of your power, trust the situation, and keep moving forward. Move on from what's no longer serving you. You can get yourself out of this place of feeling helpless and hopeless. You're not truly helpless and hopeless. And if this is a connection in romance where, you've been feeling like the situation is like you're beating a dead horse, this guide wants you to know to just trust the process, in that you moving forward on your way there to your destination, wherever the universe is going to lead you and where life leads you. You're going to find yourself connecting with the one, a true gem, once you raise your standards and let go of the fear of what if and what's out there, and truly trust the process and transition and go through the changes that you need to face. Now, for a particular person that I'm kind of picking up on, is that there was someone who you guys had connected with where it was very cyclic between you and this individual, and it came to a point where you guys just were on this merry-go-round, was round and round, and they just were very, either they would like to say that they know that they were very secretive, and that they just didn't open up a lot. and they knew that the situation became helpless and hopeless due to their own doing, and they had what it took to kind of create a beneficial situation where you guys could have had a very happy, content foundation, or a happy relationship, happy family, whatever it is. But they just were very triggered and afraid of the connection, in a sense, because they felt like you could have been the one, and that they had a hard time trusting the situation due to whatever defense mechanisms and their own fears of the situation, or their own fears in terms of the connection, in terms of relationships, in terms of relating to other people. So they kind of drifted off, or were very evasive and very in and out, and held themselves back in a way so that you and them weren't able to come together, or that the situation ended up being helpless and hopeless. That not a lot was being able to move here. There wasn't a lot of movement because you kind of were their darkest fears actualized, and they didn't really understand the connection between you and this person. But they would, if they were able to speak to you, they would say that they still have such a strong pull to you. And I feel like they may also see you in their dreams, or they have a lot of premonitions about you, a lot of thoughts about you, but they know that you kind of raised your standards, in a sense, or that you should have raised your standards, because they knew that they were helpless and hopeless in the connection. And they saw you as someone that they could have had a long-term connection with, and it's what they wanted, but they kind of were very standoffish and not very communicative as to what they were feeling, or that they felt that way, that they had those emotions, or they didn't really express, or weren't very truthful and honest that they felt this strongly connected to you. And they had a hard time with the transition, or the ending that happened between you and this person, and it brought them a lot of anxiety. But they knew that they had to move forward or move on anyway, or they knew that you had to move on because you guys were being led to some sort of journey, or whatever it is. There was something that had to shift between you and this person. And I feel like this may have been someone that may have been long distance, or there may be distance between you and this person now, or it was this kind of thing where they know, or where between you and them, you guys would move forward or move on from each other, but with adventure, you guys would always be kind of led back to the same position, same place, or they always find that they're led back to you, is what they would say, and that they see you as a true gem, and that they would, want that stability, want that foundation with you, and they want to manifest a connection with you if there's still a possibility for that being here, and they want things to get better, they want an improvement in the situation, and they know that you've raised the bar, so that they need to raise the bar in themselves, and that they have to be better in order to be with you, or they're kind of feeling as though you've taught them in a way that they need to be better when it comes to their relationships. So now that they're trying to raise their standards so that they can be a better person and better partner in the future, for those of you where this is a situation where there's no coming back. For some of you guys, there is a reconciliable energy between you and them, but for some of you, they know that it's kind of done. For some of you guys, for this person who wants to come back to you, they would like to say that they've gone through a lot of changes, and they faced this position where they have come to terms with that part of themselves that keeps themselves trapped, or the reason why they self-sabotage connections, relationships, or and they've done a lot of soul searching and improving, and they've gone on a major journey and a big transformation, and they're ready to kind of create the connection between you and them that would be one that is of longevity and that is durable, and that there would be a substantial connection between you and them, and that they're ready to take action towards this, because there were some things that they had to finish and wrap up that were kind of taking a minute, but they're finally completing that phase in their life. Now, for some of you guys, this may be someone who you've never connected with before, that has been kind of having their eye on you in secret, and they have have this strong emotion towards you, and they've been having a lot of anxiety over the situation, but they've been kind of feeling as though you're not really noticing them, and that the situation is hopeless, or they've been trying to make gestures in your direction, to kind of get your attention and create this new beginning, because they see you as someone who could be the one, or potentially be the one, or they see you as someone who's really special, but they don't really have faith and trust and hope that you would reciprocate that same attraction. Maybe they feel as though you're kind of on a higher level than them, and that they're kind of not really what your normal standards would be. So that's what their fear is, that they're not your type, or something like that. So they're feeling like they may have to move on from the situation, since you're not really reciprocating the emotion that they're putting out there. Now, for those of you who are with the original, where this is that spirit guide that's kind of trying to connect you and put you guys on this journey, you guys are going through some major changes. In moving on, you're leaving a lot of things behind that just didn't make sense, that didn't work out. But there's going to be a lot of fears that are being brought up to the surface, that fears of being helpless, or things being hopeless. You're going to have to get regain a sense of confidence and trust and faith in the universe, or faith in a connection, if this is what you're wanting, that everything is going to improve and get better, even if this may include your health. There may be a major decision or life decision that you guys are on the brink of, that you guys have to make this choice before you can go through that profound change. But in you doing that, you guys are going to be moving forward, and the universe is going to be pushing you guys in a direction where you guys can manifest and create a situation and the life that you truly want, to gain that stability, that happy home, that happy family, that happy whatever it is that you want, that equilibrium that you need to go through this transition, to be on track to what you would feel as is your best life, where you can connect with a true gem, someone who could be the one that you can have longevity with, and also that you can be content with yourself here as well. So number 4 that's what I have for you guys. I hope I provided you with any type of insight today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.
Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.